Hi, my name is Senna, and this is my story. I grew up in a very blessed and loving home with my two brothers. We weren't part of a church community, so I didn't go to Sunday school or youth group. When I was 6 years old, my mom and my dad unfortunately divorced. Although I did enjoy the benefit of celebrating my birthday in both homes every year, I found that as I got older, I didn't know who I was, but instead only what others wanted me to be. Not having a sense of identity made it difficult for me when it came to making choices. At 18, I got into a serious dating relationship. After 2 years together, we broke up. Through this, I felt so alone, depressed, abandoned, anxious, and angry. I didn't know it then, but it was Jesus who was speaking to me when I made the decision to go on what I described to others as my peace journey. I was in pursuit of something more. I began to go to therapy, prioritizing my search for peace and becoming a better person. I had tons of support from my friends and family, and there were things about each of them that I wanted to see more of in myself. One of my best friends, Carly, is the kind of person who I saw as a constant light for others. She would always do things for other people and never expect anything in return. She was kind and thought of others before herself. Not realizing she is who she is because of Jesus, I found myself wanting to be more like her. When Carly asked me to go to church with her for the first time, I said no, as it was something I had never done before, and it was something that I even used to mock growing up. However, she eventually asked me again. Knowing she was someone that I wanted to be more like, I agreed. That was about a year ago, and the church we went to was Oasis. Dustin was beginning a series called Check Your Heart right around the time of Valentine's Day. I went to the service with an open mind, but I left with an open heart. I remember crying in Carly's arms, not understanding why. The message could have been written just for me. It was like for the first time I could see all the things I had done that hurt other people, and I felt truly sorry, and I knew that there needed to be a change in my heart. From that day on, I had so many questions about God, and Carly suggested that I find a community group. So although I felt like an imposter, I didn't grow up in Christianity, and I didn't yet know Jesus as my Savior, I went to the living room. There, I was welcomed with open arms. They asked me to share my story, and I remember feeling so surprised that anyone would care to hear about my life. And even though I felt like I had found my community, I wasn't quite all in yet. I was still dealing with my breakup, trying to find a sense of identity, and I continued to try and control everyone and everything around me. So many people would tell me to just give it to Jesus, but for me it was so difficult to fully surrender right away. One evening, I was sitting in my room after being at a worship night. I remember falling to my knees on my floor and sobbing. I asked God why He would remove people from my life, and then I pleaded to Him to help my heart not hurt anymore. And it was in that moment that I surrendered my heart and my life to Him. And in that moment, when I was at my lowest, I felt God's presence there in the room with me. And even though I was still hurting, I was finally at peace. Through my faith in Jesus, I found community, and I know more love, joy, and peace than ever before. And every day, I wake up and I am so grateful, and I want to be more like Him. I believe that God is my Father, my teacher, my friend, and so much more. And Jesus saved me. I'm getting baptized today as a public declaration of my love and my commitment to Him.